Today we left Terrega and we continued along the C25 and then took the C17 and the C37 to an area called San Joan de France.
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
Yes, with my walking poles, we're about to go mountain climbing up to, I don't know, we're going to see some volcanoes and lava. So this is the air that we've been staying on. It's quite quiet air, it's lovely, got the lovely water running behind. So over there is the old church, it's now a military museum. And just along here we've got the lovely bins there. They're not so lovely, are they? We've got the water here, so this is what we were hearing last night. Yeah, Mark said he reckons this was an old mill at one point. It probably was. And you've got that as well.
Yeah.
It's like irrigation, isn't it, or something? But no, it's lovely. One of the better airs that we've stayed in. So yeah, very quiet. So while Mark's gone off down to get his mask, I will take you down to the river. Let me just show you this. Just turn you around for a minute. So looks like it might have been part of an old mill. But yeah, so it's lovely here. We're going to stay here again tonight and then move on tomorrow. So in a day or two we should be out of Spain, back into France, make our way through France, not too long in France, to then get over to Italy, and we're going to have a little stop on the way. Look at this is lovely, sounds lovely. Love the sound of water, really relaxing, peaceful. It's lovely. And sadly we can't kayak. It's too shallow, too many stones. So wanting to kayak. It is a beautiful day. Look at these houses on the back of the river. They remind you of the other air that we went in. There's the little duckies. The old church. Lovely, beautiful stained glass window up there. It's now a military museum.
The medieval bridge, built with volcanic stone, crosses the river Fluvia. It dates back to 1247, Although the bridge had to be reconstructed in the 15th century due to an earthquake, it was used as a commercial route during the Middle Ages.
This is the norm. We haven't got anywhere yet, and the signs, 5 minutes, the signs are so confusing, and they're not tallying up with the map that we've got, and we're not silly people in map reading. So, but look right up there, to that house. Where is it? There somewhere. I think it's a house, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, off we go. See you soon. Mark says these are balls. I hope they're not balls. I've been chased by a ball. It's not funny. They are balls. And they're tethered. Thankfully. Yes, I was chased by a ball because I had Lily, my little Westie, and nicely I threw her over barbed wire and I jumped over it. Don't ask me how I did it, because I couldn't do it now if I had to think about it. But if you're being chased by a ball, you do anything to get away from them. They're quite scary. Hola! Just smile nicely at him and say hola. Then he won't shoot us. Okay, so we're going to go across here. It's part of the walk.
There we are, she's over the other side. I am impressed, to be honest. Done good. Done good. Pan round so you can see the waterfalls in the distance where we've just walked from. So this is about a 9-mile walk. Although we'll get lost, it will probably turn out to be a 25-mile walk in the dark. Who knows?
We've just come across this lovely rock. We think it's the lager. Lager? It's not lager. Lava. You got a drink on the wine. And I've not been drinking. No. But I can see a face in the rock. There. Can anybody see that face in the rock? See if you can work it out. See, I can see a few different pictures in the rock. It's beautiful. But there's snow. And you can see where the rock has fallen. There. Some more snow there. Like I always say, you never know what you're going to come across.
Look at that. With someone like Care with legs as short as mine. That's huge. That's almost, it's got to be 2 meters. Got to be 2 meters. There she is. Denise is standing over laughing at me. Yeah. There we go. I just bounded over that massive great gap there. Like a leopard. Honestly, I am like a leopard. There we go. So we caught Denise back up again. That was an exciting little crossing. No injuries, no falls. There we go, so that's what we've just crossed. Hola, bon dia.
It's another lovely part of the walk. So we've just left a couple behind there, Spanish couple, and she's just pulling off branches to make some sticks to help her get across those rocks. There's some heavy frost. Look at these rocks. This is the lava. Look at the formation of it all. The columns appear when the lava flow cools whilst at the rest. Cracks are generated in the rocks which form a regular matrix of columns. Here the columns are 5 or 6 sided, the latter being the commonest. The plate or the lenticular shapes forms when the lava cools while it is still in motion. As it solidifies, these circular lobes that resemble giant lentils or plates pile up on one another. When a lava flow cools, different shapes and forms appear within the rock. This is due to the retraction of the lava changing from a liquid to a solid state that causes it to shrink in size. This lava flow was emitted by the volcano La Guarindia and is the best place in the region in which to see the columns and the lenticular shapes that appear in lava flows as they cool. Really pleasing walk, and still lovely weather with pockets of coolness now and then, but not enough to put a fleece on. Just a t-shirt and your trousers, of course. We just found a fixer-upper. Look at that. Ideal. How sweet is that? We like that.
Fondue Mill is an old paper factory. Its history is tied to the village life of San Joan les Fonts. We find the origin of the factory in 1723. The most important transformation was in 1841 when Pierre Capdiella bought the mill. He reformed the entire factory and introduced the endless paper machine for industrial production. The Fondue Mill is an important example of the industrial heritage of La Garotte. These blocks of stones are the last remains of an Iberian tribe settlement dating back to the 3rd and 4th century.
We're still climbing, and look at that, amazing. So that's towards the Pyrenees. What a lovely view. The really funny thing about this is looking up at this property from down where we are, parked in the air. I thought it was an old ramshackled house and right up derelict in the mountains, but how wrong was I?
Yeah, from this side it looks like a bungalow.
Yeah, it's not a bungalow, it looks like a bungalow, but it's just, the views, it's just 360-degree views. Just amazing.
So at the top of this mountain, I'm not sure of the altitude, but we'll have a look in a minute. It's been a beautiful walk up here, and this house has got to have one of the best views I've ever seen in any property. It is truly stunning. Snow-capped mountains on one side of the property, and then mountains to the front of the property. So we just made it up to the top of this mountain. It's called
Canadau, was it? Canadau.
Tour Canadau. So we're inside now. Obviously been derelict for many years. It would certainly be interesting to know some of the history about it. The Tour de Canadau Tower was built in the mid-1800s as a defensive watchover tower to guard the Fluvia Valley. From here you can see the Pyrenees, and on its own, seeing it made the hike worthwhile. He's just tripped over, it's a big clumsy thing. So we're heading down this path now from the tour that we were just at. We've kind of taken a different route back, which isn't on a map. So we're hoping this is going to lead us back to the air. If not, we'll be finding somewhere here to camp tonight. So that'll be fun. So we're still on the walk down from the mountainside, and we just come across this clearing and trying to find where the path goes. We're not entirely sure at the moment, but we know we have to go down. So this is where we've just walked through, the clearing in the mountainside. As you can see, it's all terraced. So obviously at some point in the past of this area it was cultivated. Doesn't look like they've cultivated it for quite a while, although it could have been grazed on. So we're still coming down the mountain at the moment. We think we're on the right path, but we've decided now that if we decide that we are completely lost out here, we found a derelict old building which I'm sure will offer some good shelter tonight. So that'll be our last resort. Looks fine, hasn't got a roof, but who needs a roof? So there we go. The sun is almost now gone down behind the mountain, starting to get a bit darker. So this could be our accommodation. So just found another entrance into this old derelict house within the woods. Looks quite overgrown. We're just checking out now to see if the door opens, because obviously time's against us, so you never know. This might be our shelter. Just looking in. Right, as you can see, the door is open, which is always good.
This is in the middle of the mountains.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the mountains. So this is the old derelict property. I'm sure in here somewhere there's an area we can find to stay. Staircase going up there. You never know, if we're lucky there might possibly be a bed up there. Doubt if we'll be able to find any clean sheets, but you know, it's got potential. We've just found in this property we were just looking at, we've just found there's got a Romeo and Juliet balcony up there, so I might possibly have a little sing from there later. Right, so we did make it off the mountainside, we think, but there's this little hermitage here, which we're just going to walk through, have a look at, before hopefully heading into town. Still coming down from the mountain, and this is another property we've just found, old factory of some sort or the other. Completely derelict now, but it was an absolutely stunning building. So we've just walked up this road that crossed the river at the bottom, and we're trying to find our way back. We're still a way to go, but we've come all the way down this mountainside here. The mountain that we were on and came down from is the one on the top there, and then we fed all our way down through the hillsides, mountainsides, all the way down to the bottom. About 10 miles. So still on our way out of the mountain.
He's walked us in some derelict town.
And we've just stumbled across this lovely old building. Makes you wonder what this place was. So we made it back just in time. The mountains in the distance that we've just been climbing.
Right up there.
Yeah, right up there and up that one ahead of us. So the air is back there, but we literally made it in the nick of time. It was almost going to be pitch black. So all good. So that was at least a 10-mile walk today, which was good. Quite hilly and mountainous, so all good fun.
So we're leaving here. It's San Joan's de France, and we're heading to the French border, going over to France and making our way to Montpellier. So we're going to do about 130 miles today, stopping on the way into Little's to get a bit of chicken and a bit of bits and pieces, getting some more LPG because it has been cold in the evenings here and at night. I think it was sort of like -3 here. So hopefully head into warmer weather at some stage. So gonna head over to France and then make our way through to Italy and then on to Croatia. So see you in France. If you've enjoyed watching our videos and want to follow us through the different countries onwards towards Albania, give us a thumbs up and click the subscribe button below.